Down 1.7% here, a loss of 37 points or so. Apple shares are just getting hammered this morning.
We're down by between 3 and 4.5% generally across these markets.
Let's talk about the speed with which we are watching this market deteriorate.
We're red everywhere, essentially, down by 4-5%.
We're down over 16%.
Dow at the same time has fallen about 18%.
The stock market is now down 21%.
Because we're now down 43%.
What in the world is happening on Wall Street?
In 2008, the world watched in shock as the global economy spiraled into the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. Banks collapsed, millions lost their homes, and trillions of dollars vanished almost overnight. But what caused this catastrophic event? In today's video, we're breaking down the 2008 financial crisis, explaining how a combination of risky lending, complex financial products, and a bursting housing bubble brought the world to its knees. To understand the 2008 financial crisis, we have to start with the housing market. In the early 2000s, the U.S. housing market was on fire. Home prices were skyrocketing, and everyone wanted in on the action. But what was driving this surge? A big part of it was the belief that home prices would keep rising indefinitely. This created a frenzy where people rushed to buy homes, not just to live in, but as investments. As demand grew, so did prices. But there was another piece to the puzzle: subprime mortgages. Subprime mortgages were loans given to people with poor credit histories. Normally, these individuals wouldn't qualify for traditional mortgages. But in the early 2000s, banks were eager to lend, even to those who couldn't really afford it. Why? Because they were making money, lots of it. Banks offered these risky loans at higher interest rates, which seemed like a win-win. The banks made more money, and people got homes. But many of these loans had a catch: low introductory rates that would eventually reset to much higher levels, making them unaffordable for many borrowers. Now, here's where it gets even more complicated. Banks didn't just hold onto these risky loans. They bundled them into something called mortgage-backed securities, or MBS. These MBS were sold to investors all around the world. And to make things even more complex, they created collateralized debt obligations, or CDOs, which were bundles of MBS and other types of debt. These financial products were sold to investors who thought they were safe because credit rating agencies gave them high ratings. But the reality was that these securities were filled with risky subprime mortgages, spreading the risk far and wide across the global financial system. As with all bubbles, this one eventually burst. In 2006, home prices peaked, and soon after, they began to fall. The Federal Reserve had been raising interest rates, and suddenly, those adjustable-rate mortgages started resetting at much higher rates. Homeowners who couldn't keep up with the payments started defaulting on their loans. Thank you for watching to the end. If you like that kind of editing style, let me know in the comments. I would appreciate if you follow me. Till next time.